right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem B'Kahakwadash. All right. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the elect. Shalom to you few Akwaf. You few Akwaf. Yahweh, meaning he exists. Ba'Shem, meaning coming in the name of. Yahweh Shai, it means he saves. Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Shalom to you would-be judges. And we here in prophecy right now, man. Babylon, aka America. So much going on. A lot of witchcraft stuff going on, man. The food is defiled. People are getting sick off the food. All right. It is clear that we are dealing with a war sizzling up, brewing up. All right. Got a video. It's gonna tie into, the wickedness and the BS that they have put in our people's food. All right, put in our food. Food is defiled.
Exposed over the last 40 years.
This is a man. First of all, the history increase in chronic disease. The greatest increase in chronic disease in our history, right? David Kessler. Bear with me, I'm driving too. David Kessler on 60 Minutes said what the food industry doesn't want you to hear. All right. One second. He ran the FDA. He knows exactly what he's talking about. All right. And the food industry wishes he would stop talking. In the 60-minute interview, Dr. David Kessler, former FDA commissioner and Harvard Medical School professor, says that ultra-processed foods are something our bodies were never designed to handle. And that's what all of us have been taking in. The result is what we call the greatest increase in chronic disease in American history. This isn't a wellness influencer. This is a person who regulated the American food supply. And this is for educational purposes only. Fair use. Ultra-processed foods now make up approximately 70% of Americans' food supply. They are engineered to override the body's natural satiety signals, designed in laboratories to make you eat more than you intended, more often than you planned, and feel less satisfied than you should. And that sounds like sorcery. That sounds like witchcraft to the consumer, which they are always done. They always worked on your psychology and used chemicals to draw you more into it and be addicted. That's witchcraft, what they've done. And that's what they do with the jizzab and everything else. The consequences are measurable and growing. Rates of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, fatty liver disease, and certain cancers have all increased in direct correlation with the rise of ultra-processed food consumption over the past 5 decades. Let that sink in. All right. The Lord keep giving me stop signs or stoplights. That's a blessing, so I can sit and read. I can educate. The food industry spent $14 billion marketing directly to American consumers in 2024. The FDA approved front-off package warning labels in 2025. Foods marketed to children under 4 were exempt from that requirement. Dr. Kessler didn't discover a new problem. He named that one that has been building for 50 years, while the industry that created it spent billions making sure nobody noticed. All right? Deception. All right? Where we have physicians of no value. Get that? Oh, 1 second. Physicians of no value in Job. Job chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. So all your organic labeling, FDA approved shit, everything is all lies on your labels and stuff like that. We must pray before we eat anything, man. And must eat the dietary laws, of course. Get under the dietary laws, of course. We have no control over the food we get because we get it from our enemy. But we know our enemies are full of lies. Their food is lies. It's processed, full of starches and all that crap, man. All right. Another precept, because this is all witchcraft, man. Witchcraft. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. All right? These nations, heathens, they are processed food eaters. They are the ones that eat foods with no seeds. They are the ones that's their thing, and they gave us this engineered food to weaken them. You know? How many nigger women are feeding their kids processed foods this evening for dinner? Many. Processed foods in the school system. Processed foods all over, man. And that's what's going on. Everything's convenient. Fast food. Same shit. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire. And that's your abominations. I mean, your 187s of kids, Planned Parenthood. That's happening at an all-time high too. Or that use divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. All right. Or a charmer, or a consultant with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. All right? Wizards creating these foods that's destroying our people. They're good at it. They're very crafty. That's Esau's craftiness. All right? For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. All right? Perfect meaning cultivated in the ways of the Lord, man. Maturely engulfed in the spirit and in the ways of the Lord. All right. Every seed bearing fruit, even though even the fruits and all that is defiled, Jake must be working out. Jake must be trying their best to not be eating and getting fat and dealing in processed foods. If Jake must be working on gut health. Fasting helps that stuff too. All right. All right. Esau is coming from many angles to get us. All right. And it's crazy. And this is all prophecy of the fall of this kingdom. All right. The fall of this kingdom, man. I got a fair use, educational purposes only. And I'm just gonna play this. That's if it plays. Yeah, it ain't playing.
Because the most powerful nations in the world.
Okay, so Zionist rabbi explains final plan for the world. All right. This is also prophecy. Of course, you got to eat the fish with the bones in it, because right now you have rabbis speaking on Esau, claiming, just America and the white Americans and all that. The white America is Esau, and they're going to be destroyed, which is prophecy, yeah. But these so-called rabbis, they're not of the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They are converts of some sort. They're 1948ers, okay? And they're all pointing the finger. Satan divided by Satan. But this is the head tribe that's speaking. All right, but speak, listen.
Have to go down to their knees. That's what happened to Egypt. That's what's going to. Because the most powerful nations in the world have to go down to their knees. That's what happened to Egypt. That's what's going to happen to America. That's what's going to happen to Germany. That's what's going to happen to France. That's what's going to happen to London, England. It's going to happen to Poland. That's what's going to happen to Russia. That's what's going to happen to China. But we're almost there, guys. It's happening. This is it. They're all going to go down to their knees. Especially the Western ones, but they're going to go down hard for how they treated us over the last 2,000 years. For the destruction of the Second Temple and how they treated us, Hashem's going to take them down hard. Because the reason God's doing this is for His name in this world. Because the most powerful nations in the world.
And as you see, he's speaking as if he is of the tribes, 12 tribes. Well, he's not. All right. But the Lord is coming to bring justice, true justice, to his people, so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. All right. These nations do have to pay for what they've done to the so-called blacks, the so-called Native Americans, Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. Okay. And right now, the ones that call themselves Jews, but they are the synagogue of Satan, they are actually cosplaying. And they call us Goyim over here, and they want us to serve them, die in their wars and stuff like that. And this is what they feel is coming along through their side, but it's not. It's actually their fall. They as well. That's why, it's prophecy that they merge armies. Israel and America have merging their military and stuff like that, because it's all one. They're all bunched together. That's why NATO is going against them. But their plan is always to dismantle, and that's what they've been doing. All right. Third woe. Third woe. right. Revelations chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. All right. And the second civil war happened. And now we already know that there's always, we're in war. There has been thousands of casualties of Americans being killed already in this war that's going on now. And it's going to brew up. It's going to affect this place, and it's all prophecy. Jacob's trouble. All right. They're going to push the MOTB. You know. And ultimately, they're using their left-hand side magic in all types of ways, especially in the foods, the drugs, everything. You know, this is what they do, and they get away with it. You know. They're wizards and all that, but the Lord has something for these type of people, man. And Jake must beware and be disciplined, you know, because the devil is watching to see if you're weak. The devil is counting on. The devil wants us to be weak in the spirit, man, so he can, you know, do his job and sift out the men of the Lord, like he tried to do Job. All right. But with that, I hope the elect was edified. Till next time, we give our praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makah, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.